Welcome everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Enhance Your Appetite with Charlie. I am Charlie. How's everybody doing today? Can you believe that it is already the 15th of January, and it seemed like the month just started, but we're moving along, okay? So I wanted to bring you guys into my kitchen to see a sauce that I make. Normally I make it for like my steaks, but today I have already cooked some wings, and basically I'm gonna put the sauce over it and put them back into the oven, okay? So I wanted to show you how I start this sauce, okay? So first I go ahead and I add my Worcestershire sauce, okay? Try saying that 3 times, right? So I'm going to add quite a bit of it because I'm making a bigger portion of sauce to go over my wings. And you know, today is Sunday football, so you know, we got to have our finger foods for the game, right? And the game actually, one of the games have already started, but I wanted you guys to be able to hear me, so I turned it down. So this is ketchup, okay? Good old ketchup. And this is a ketchup that I get from Aldi, but wherever you get your ketchup is fine. So basically you want to just eyeball it. So now I'm going to turn up my fire and go ahead and stir. So you want to basically mix these 2 things together and get it to the right consistency, okay? And because I made this before, this is actually a sauce I created, you're gonna really love it too. Let me just get some water from my spout, my drinking water. And I'm gonna pour a little of that in there as well. So you're just gonna keep stirring. And I promise you, this is not hard at all. And normally I eyeball it, so it's really hard to tell you guys, like, you know, should you put 2 cups of the Worcestershire sauce, and you want to also taste this too. And you're going to know if the consistency is, you know, thick enough for you, or you need it a little bit or a little bit less thick, okay? And normally, because I just do it on my steaks, I normally don't have to prepare this much. But because I want a substantial amount on my actual wings, and what I did with the wings, just so you know, seasoned them to my liking, boiled them until they were tender enough, and I did that last night. So this morning, all I have to do is make the sauce, put them in the oven, and let that just, you know, marinate over it. So then what I use, I don't know if you ever saw this at the store, the A1 Dry Rub Bold Original. I put some of that in there. That's going to give you that flavor. And I'm telling you, after you make this sauce, you're not going to ever get any other steak sauce. Because that was the thing for me. A lot of the steak sauces that I would get would not be flavorful. So that's why I started making this to begin with. Oh my goodness, that's already where I want it. So what is my next step? Oh, your next step is to add sugar. I think that's enough, but it's totally up to you how much you want to add. And if you wanted to do brown sugar, you could also do brown sugar as well. But when I tell you, can you see that? Oh my goodness. And I think it's basically where I want it to be. I'm gonna taste it one more again. And that's what you want to do in your kitchen is taste your food. Because that's how you're gonna know. Excuse me. Excuse me. If that's where you want it at. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I do, however, want to add a little bit more A1 dry rub. But the consistency is perfect. When I said it was perfect, I meant the consistency. That was enough sugar. So I would say that was probably like a half a cup of sugar, if that. If I had to estimate it, I used a half a cup of water. And you could just eyeball as far as how much ketchup you're putting. And then Worcestershire sauce, I would say that was about 3/4 of a cup of Worcestershire sauce that I put into my sauce. So we're gonna go over here, turn the camera around to my chicken that's already cooked, and make sure your wings are already cooked as well. And what we're gonna do now is just pour this sauce over the wings, and then I'm going to put them in the oven for about, I would say 15 to 20 minutes at about 350, okay? Look at that. And then what I'm going to do now is just kind of mix it all in. Into my wings. See, simple enough, right? This is definitely something you could do in your kitchen. Anything, actually, that I do in my kitchen, you can definitely do in your kitchen. It won't take you a long time at all. And it's very important to prep. So when you're actually making them that day, you know, now I don't have to cook the wings. The wings are already cooked. So that's going to save me a lot of time, right? So that's what I tend to do, is try and, even if I'm going to marinate my chicken or what have you, I do it the night before I'm going to actually be wanting to eat, you know, my food. So what I'm going to do now is just sprinkle a little parsley on top, and we're ready to put in the oven. Okay, so I'm getting ready to put it in the oven, and I'll come back on another video to show you guys the finished meal as well as the other things that I'm cooking today. Okay, the other things that's on the menu. But this is the wings, and you can see how easy it was to do. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next thing, okay? So thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen, and until next time, from my kitchen to yours.